Hello guys, welcome back to Pages with Sidra. In this video, we're diving into Chapter 10 of the Rebellious Apostle of the Harvest Goddess. If you haven't watched the previous chapters yet, make sure to check them out on our channel so you can enjoy the full story from the beginning. Let's jump right in. Chansu spoke with calm determination, addressing the goddess. Goddess, I think I need to occupy the surrounding block, and I will start doing that from tonight. The goddess froze in shock. Sweat beaded across her forehead, and her tiny potato-like hands trembled so violently that one slipped and fell. Her whole body shivered, a mix of fear and disbelief. Chansu turned to the attendants, voice steady and commanding. "Oh, Doji, Ari, protect the goddess with your lives." Inside the goddess's mind, panic churned. He's leaving? Just because of a new skill? That's not even a combat skill. Tears welled in her eyes as she staggered toward Chansu. She began to cry, small desperate tantrums escaping her as she muttered, "Don't go. This is dangerous." Chansu looked down at his feet, then back at the goddess. "Goddess?" he asked softly, concern in his voice. Something shifted in him. His gaze fell upon the small potato, and he thought to himself, is it finally time? His mind wandered to simple, human things, carbs, plant-based proteins, nourishment. Then, with a faint, embarrassed grin, he spoke aloud. "It's time for some protein. What I have now is good, but..." He glanced at Ari and Doji, feeling a little self-conscious. "I never had the nerve to eat meat in front of them before, but..." He squared his shoulders and continued. "Meat is fine, right? The goddess wants it, so you'll have to understand." Chansu headed to his warehouse where he stored his supplies. He searched through his crates until his eyes lit up. Found it. The meat I ordered before. His face brightened as he held it carefully, almost like a treasure. This is what real meat looks like. On Earth, we only had lab-grown meat. I've only ever seen this in pictures. Just the pictures made my mouth water. He began cooking immediately. The aroma of sizzling meat spread through the air, rich and savory, making Hamdal, perched on his shoulder, start drooling uncontrollably. From behind, Doji couldn't resist either, his lips twitching as he too began to drool. Chansu waved them off, firm but gentle. "No. This is for the goddess." Ari, standing to the side, muttered in exasperation, "Ugh, that guy. He just ate, and now he's at it again." "Right, goddess." But when Ari looked at the goddess, his words caught in his throat. Fear froze him as he saw her face, full, unrestrained anger. Darkness and fury radiated from her expression. In his mind, Ari thought, wasn't her meal enough? "Apostle, I think the goddess is still hungry. You should check." Ari cautiously approached Chansu. Chansu, seeing the goddess's gaze, reassured her. It's almost ready. Just a second, goddess." Carefully, he offered a piece of meat to her. "Here, the first bite is for you. Be careful, it's hot." The goddess stared at the meat for a moment before throwing it angrily to the ground. "That's not it. I told you not to go." Her anger and worry mixed in a whirlwind of emotion. Chansu blinked in confusion. "Is the meat bad? She's not mad at me, right? I just bought this." Determined to understand, Chansu tasted the meat himself. It's good. It's good, but something's missing," he murmured, his face shifting as he realized. "It doesn't have the same punch as apples." He glanced at the goddess again, misunderstanding her intentions. That's why she didn't eat it. She must not like the taste. But the goddess wasn't thinking about the food at all. Her mind was entirely focused on Chansu's safety as he prepared to venture into the other block. Fear gripped her heart as tears ran down her face. "Don't go, don't go, don't go." Chansu looked at her and smiled gently. The goddess met his gaze, her anger and worry mingling with relief. With determination, Chansu whispered, "I'll find you some truly delicious meat, just wait a little longer." As the night deepened, Ari and Doji had drifted off to sleep. From their half-sleep murmurs, Doji whispered, "More? Please, more," while Ari muttered, "No, no more. There's no turning back." Hamdal also slept peacefully, but the goddess remained awake, sitting quietly, her thoughts consumed with concern for her apostle. The scene shifted. Chansu now stood at the border of his current block, preparing to venture into the next one. He stopped in front of the shimmering barrier, a faint ripple of energy stretching endlessly in the distance. His voice carried a mix of awe and determination. "So, this is the block border." He reached out and touched the barrier. From far away, the landscape beyond seemed infinite, space itself quivering like liquid. A system notification popped up before his eyes. Travel to block 35 north, east 10. Chansu nodded and said confidently, "Let's go." Another system window appeared, loading. A small tip window flashed, showing that movement tickets reset daily at midnight. Chansu smirked. "You even get tips when crossing blocks? How nice." He held his lantern tightly, muttering in frustration, of all times for this lantern to break. With a deep breath, he crossed the barrier. The world beyond was entirely different. Dense jungle stretched out before him, alive with unfamiliar sounds. As Chansu took his first steps, he froze. A swarm of creatures, resembling oversized bees, hovered directly in his path. His eyes widened. Whoa, these bees, they're way too big for bees. Panic flared in his chest as the swarm began advancing toward him. Chansu's face paled, and instinctively, he swung his sickle. So many bugs, they're too small to use decapitate on. He slashed continuously, cutting through the relentless swarm. Damn it, I'm turning back, he thought, heading toward the barrier. He nearly touched it when suddenly, from the opposite side, undead began appearing, converging on him. Chansu froze for a moment. Huh? What are you? Immortal ogre? Don't tell me you came to protect me. Before him, towering, semi-gigantic figures appeared. The immortal ogres spoke with forceful authority. We're the only ones allowed to defeat you. So now we fight. This short encounter seemed almost surreal, a world apart from reality. Chansu darted forward, undead swarming him. He glanced back and noticed the bugs vanishing as they attacked the immortal ogres. Seizing the moment, Chansu stopped, turned, and swung his sickle decisively, slicing through the undead. Time to fall back, he thought. With all his strength, he sprinted toward the barrier. The undead chased him relentlessly, but Chansu pushed himself beyond his limits and finally crossed it. Collapsing to the ground, he gasped for breath. That was too close, he muttered. A system window popped up. Defeating evolved monsters grants bonus points. Chansu's mind raced back to the earlier scene where the undead had fought the swarm of bees. Bonus points. Do I get points for the monsters they killed? A grin spread across his face. Point jackpot. This changes everything. He noticed his regulars leveling up as well. They're growing stronger. From the other side of the barrier, more undead attempted to cross. But Chansu shook his head with a mix of amusement and exasperation. You guys, I really can't stay mad at you. Can't pass up a bonus, he said, his voice light despite the tension of the moment. The scene shifted to Hei Sujin. She sat slumped over a table, utterly exhausted. Dark circles rimmed her eyes, and her trembling hands betrayed her stress. Her voice was quiet, almost wavering, as she admitted the troubling situation. The Emperor Apple rumors, they're out of control. Across the table, Ryu looked equally tense, his body trembling slightly. It was good marketing, so we let it slide, but you're right. We can't let these rumors spread any further. Suddenly, Ryu's voice hardened, cutting through the room. From now on, no one says a word about the Emperor Apple. No interviews. No answering questions. Nothing. Every question will be met with total silence. Hei Sujin lifted her head, eyes wide, her voice barely above a whisper. Can we really do that? It's going to be chaos. Ryu's response was immediate, sharp, and commanding. Yes, not a word. Even if someone puts a knife to your throat, they need to learn their lesson. As he spoke, the atmosphere shifted. Someone silently appeared behind him, unseen at first. Hei Sujin's face went pale, and her voice trembled as she asked, Sir? About what you said, what if someone really put a knife to your throat? Suddenly, a cold sword pressed against Ryu's neck. He was unaware of the danger at first, still mid-sentence. What are you kidding me? When the icy metal touched his skin, his eyes went wide, tears threatening to flow, and his voice faltered. Someone behind me. Please, tell me no. Hei Sujin's face mirrored his fear. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. Her body shook as panic gripped her. The figure behind Ryu spoke calmly, almost politely. Forgive me if I startled you. Ryu slowly turned his head, still trembling in fear. The person standing there, towering, calm, and intimidating, spoke with authority. It was merely a greeting. Ryu's mind raced. A greeting? Not a threat. How did he get in here? The realization hit him that this was no ordinary visitor. His thoughts stumbled as he tried to make sense of the situation. Swordmaster Rohan? Finally, Ryu gathered his courage and spoke, his voice strained but firm. What business do you have with us? Rohan stepped forward, placing himself at the table. His presence was commanding, his voice steady. Even Ryu trembled at the sight of him. Rohan's gaze was piercing as he spoke. I spoke to your president, but he was tight-lipped. I hope you won't be. I'll ask you now, where's the emperor apple grower? The room fell into tense silence, every word heavy with anticipation. Hei Sujin and Ryu could feel the weight of the situation pressing down on them. The calm, measured voice of Rohan left no room for evasion, and the danger in the air was palpable. And that's it for this chapter, everyone. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Chapter 11 will be dropping very soon. A big thank you to all our channel members for your amazing support. It really helps us keep bringing these stories to life. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.